Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And now I will present my paper with the title Psychological Well-Being in Al-Qur'an Reciting SANTRI. The presenter is A.A. Salsabilah Firdausi, and my name is Siti Nurina Hakim from Faculty of Psychology Muhammadiyah University Surakarta, Indonesia. Santri who memorize the Quran, which are still at the stage of adolescence development, have several demands, namely being able to accept their physical condition and being able to use their condition effectively, to get emotional freedom from their parents, to be able to get in a major way with people of various genders, can know and accept self-ability, and so forth. Students experience pressure problems in the Santri, namely academic demands, social relations, graduation standards, the number of subjects that must be mastered, burdened with the target of memorizing the Quran that has been set, boredom in memorizing the Quran, low motivation, love disturbances, and hard memorize. Several studies have found that motivation to read the Al-Qur'an can affect the peace of the soul. By Rifa'ah 2013. Religion and spirituality have an influence on psychological well-being by Ifsan et al. 2013 too. Psychological well-being can create it when there is a psychological development. Hafiz and Rafiku 2013. The problem of students memorizing the Quran are so complex. For students who are able to deal with demands well, it will lead to positive psychological condition and be able to form good psychological well-being within the individuals with prosperous condition mean that these individuals are able to carry out psychological function within themselves. Riff states a person's soul is prosperous if he isn't merely free from stress or other mental problems. More than that, he also has a positive assessment of himself and is able to act autonomously, and it's not easily swept away by environmental influences. Riff and Kais explain that psychological well-being can be characterized by obtaining happiness, life satisfaction, and the absence of signs of depression. Psychological well-being doesn't only consist of positive effects, negative effects, and life satisfaction, but is best understood as the ability to realize one's potential continuously, the ability to warm relationship with others, have independence against social pressure, the ability to accept yourself as you are, have meaning in life, as well able to control the external environment. Methodology. The study used a qualitative research method with a descriptive phenomenological approach. Research informants were selected by purposive sampling technique. There were 3 SANTRI. Characteristic of informants: male or female gender, It's between 13 until 21 years, domiciled at Tafizul Quran Al-Bayan Islamic Boarding School for more than 6 months. Have activities to memorize the Al-Qur'an and dirosah Islamiyah, studying the science of Islam. The data collection method used by researchers is semi-structured interviews. Finding and discussion. A psychological well-being of studies who memorize the Al-Qur'an have one dimension of psychological well-being in students who memorize Al-Qur'an. The description of the psychological well-being of the 3 informants shows a slight difference. All informants share the dimension of self-acceptance, the positive relationship with others, environmental mastery, life goals, and personal growth. The HA and HMD informants were able to fulfill all dimensions of psychological well-being, but as informant didn't show any dimension of autonomy. Reeve said that individuals have a positive self-acceptance dimension are individuals who are able to evaluate themselves positively, are able to respect themselves, and are able to accept positive and negative aspect of themselves. The number 2, religious aspect as psychological well-being in students who memorize Al-Qur'an. The 3 informants, namely HA, S, and HMD, who as memorizers of Al-Qur'an are classified as having good psychological well-being. All dimensions of psychological well-being can be owned by each informant with different process. The activity of memorizing the verses of the Al-Qur'an in daily life made the life of all informants prosperous. This is in accordance with the words of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala in the following verse. The mean, those who believe and their hearts find peace in the remembrance of Allah. Remember, only by remembering Allah will the heart be peaceful. Number B, factor affecting the psychological well-being of students who memorize Al-Qur'an. Number one, the effect of understanding the meaning of Al-Qur'an when memorizing with academic support at Islamic boarding school on the psychological well-being of students who memorize Al-Qur'an. As-Sunaidi and Umar, 28, argues that studying the rules of the Arabic language, pursuing its branches, and mastering the main point of the Arabic language is simply to find out the meaning of Kalamullah. This is in accordance with the existence of Arabic language subjects and the rules of Arabic that are studied by students who memorize the Al-Qur'an at Islamic boarding school. The 3 informants found it easy to memorize the verses of the Al-Qur'an by understanding the meaning of the Al-Qur'an. Informants, its MD, its A and S, acknowledges that lessons such as Durusul Lughah, Nahwu, Syaraf, and Tafsir could make it easier for informants to memorize the Al-Qur'an. Number 2, factor affecting the psychological well-being of students who memorize Al-Qur'an. Revkis found that environmental mastery, autonomy, purpose in life, personal growth, self-acceptance, and positive relationship can be affected by age. This can be seen from the HA and HMD informants being able to fulfill all dimensions of psychological well-being. In contrast to informant as it's 13 years who doesn't yet have a dimension of independence. Bartel said that there are differences in autonomy or independence in early adolescent, range 11 until 15 years, and late adolescents, 16 until 20 years. Late adolescents have a higher level of independence and interacting in an environment dealing with adults. Conclusion. Based on the results of the research and discussion in the study, the 3 informants were declared prosperous. 2 of 3 informants, namely HA and HMD, were able to fulfill all dimensions of psychological well-being, while S lacked the dimension of autonomy. HE and HMD have a picture of psychological well-being who are able to accept themselves as they are, able to establish positive relationship with others, have independence in behavior, make decisions, able to master complex environment, have goals in life, and have good personal growth. The description of psychological well-being in informant as is able to accept positive and negative aspects on oneself, is able to relate it is able to relate it well to others, is able to master an environment, is able to master the environment, has good life goals and personal growth. However, informant lacks independence in behavior because he still attaches importance to the judgment of the others. The psychological well-being of the 3 informants was supported by factors of understanding the meaning of the memories of Al-Qur'an. Its social support factors, social economic status, family, and religiosity factor. Thank you.